This time, I'm going to be reviewing Resident Evil: The Darkside Chronicles on the Nintendo Wii. Start off this review. It actually is from when I played a bit. I haven't beat the game yet. I've got to almost the end of Resident Evil 2, the last battle against the final battle in the game, in the Resident Evil 2 part of the game. From what I played of it, it actually is quite a fun game, actually, for an on-rail shooter. And as far as I've seen, it actually is an improvement over what was in Umbrella Chronicles. They fixed up the gameplay, made it better and whatnot, the style of the game and whatnot, so it actually is better than the original. On to the gameplay. The game, it's an on-rail shooter game, so it's not like you have complete control of your character. You have control of aim with the Wii remote, so you can shoot the zombies and all the other monsters you have to fight in this game. But you don't have full control over them, and during the game you get to pick up items and whatnot. So it's not the major improvement. They didn't allow like the ability to move and whatnot, but the gameplay is in general up first as an on-rail shooter. The presentation and graphics of the game, they actually did a really good job. They are improved upon from Umbrella Chronicles. They actually are better from what I've seen than Umbrella Chronicles, and they are some of the best graphics I've actually seen on the Nintendo Wii. I'm not a graphics person, and I'm going to state this again. I've always stated this before, but I have to say the graphics are quite good, and they kind of are almost up there with like Mario Galaxy and like Twilight Princess and Metroid Prime 3 and whatnot. And the atmosphere of the game actually feels like it's the dark kind of survival horror type style. You can feel it's like the dark in the story, like how dark the stories actually are with Resident Evil. The sound, I actually think the voice actors, the ones from who I've seen so far, the voice actors are actually quite good. The people they got to voice like Claire and Leon, Sherry and Krauser and whatnot, so far from who I heard, and like, you know, extra characters here like Ada and whatnot, are actually quite good. And basically the sounds of the zombies sound about right, and the atmosphere, like the sounds in the background while you play levels, actually sound like what they should sound like when you're in those kind of situations and like what the game takes place. The story of this game, there's an original story. I think it's Operation Javier or something like that. An original story where Krauser, it's the couple years before Resident Evil 4, where Krauser and Leon teamed up in Africa, I think it was. I haven't got that far in that story yet. I've only beat the first mission on that one. Then there's Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil Code Veronica / Code Veronica X. And I haven't got to that part yet. I've only almost beaten 2, like I said. And basically it goes into those stories. Now, I haven't beaten those two games in the actual games, or most of the Resident Evil series. I have beaten Resident Evil 1 on the GameCube and Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube and the Wii, but I am currently playing, although I haven't played in a while, Resident Evil 0, 2, and Code Veronica X. I'm currently playing through those. But these games, if you're playing these games to get the full story, not really. I played number 1 on Umbrella Chronicles with my friend, and it didn't follow the game that much at all. And then, or it was close enough. It was not fully though. So if you're playing this for the story purposes, I would recommend playing the actual games, which I'm currently trying to do. I haven't done in a while. The multiplayer, I haven't played the multiplayer on this exact game, but I did play it on Umbrella Chronicles. So in my opinion, it actually would, I think in my opinion, be better. In the first one, both players shared one life bar. This one, they're separate. That's the only thing I've seen improved, besides the slight gameplay changes. I didn't play it though, so basically my opinion on it is from the first game. So in the end, I think this is a fun game. It is decent. It decently goes with the story. It has a lot of weapons. It actually is quite challenging depending on what difficulty you play, and it has an interesting original story in it. So basically, I give the gameplay an 8.5 out of 10. The presentation and graphics of the game a 9.5 out of 10. The sound of the game a 9 out of 10. The story of the game a 9.5 out of 10. And the multiplayer of the game an 8.5 out of 10. So in the end, I give Resident Evil: The Darkside Chronicles on the Nintendo Wii a 9 out of 10. And I recommend it for anybody out there who's a Resident Evil fan, or even if you just like, you know, on-rail shooters, you'd like this too. But if you're looking for the full experience, although I know the general ideas of the story, but I don't know all of them, the entire story for all the games, I'm still playing them, look somewhere else. Look at the actual games. This But if you want to just play our Resident Evil game because you're a fan, buy it, rent it. It's your opinion. You're